This is the Kpopcast, the show that brings you the best sounds and ideas in K-pop each week. I'm DJ Peter Lowe.
I'm your co-host, Stephanie.
And I'm your PD Nim, Michaela. And this week, it's another round of hit replays featuring Jay.
Hi!
From the Krazecast and many other things.
For those who don't know me, my name is Jay. I am a co-host for the Krazecast as well as a writer for the Kraze magazine. And I'm also a content creator on Twitch. And happy to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you, Jay. But first, what are hit replays?
Hit replays are songs we recommend y'all listen to on repeat or replay for the week. And Jay, you are our guest, so you go first.
So my hit replay for this week, and I mean, it really has been, I know people are going to be like, how come she didn't say that one song? Because we're talking about it later. It's JV's Switch It Up featuring Soko Domo and produced by Cha-Cha Malone.
Yes.
And honestly, this song is such a banger. It's so good. It is not meant for the younger listeners out there, I will say. For mature audiences only. But when I listened to this song, I was like, JB, of course. Like, of course you would do this, but oh my God. So that is my hit replay for this week.
I love that song. I almost felt like awkward or uncomfortable hearing JB utter those kinds of words. I'm like, no. I mean, I'm like, yeah, do your thing. But also a part of me like can't handle it.
But like you can't like, I mean, it's so good though.
It is. No, I love it.
Baby, I wanna switch it up. 지금 너 하나만 보여. 파도처럼 baby right my body. Girl, nice and calm. Baby, I wanna switch it up. 지금 너 하나만 보여. 파도처럼 baby right my body. Girl, nice and calm tonight.
See, I hadn't listened to this song until today, and I had seen all that discourse online about the pictures that he had shown on his wall during his V Live. So I was kind of already mentally prepared for a more mature image from him.
Yeah, they had a lot of fun in the forest, it looks like. They brought a dance crew out, smoke machine, strobe lights. Major production in the forest. Okay, I guess I'm next. So my hit replay was by P Nation Upstart, D-Arc, if I'm pronouncing that right, in his song Genius. I watched it at first because I was, busy scouring, like, I gotta find a hit replay this week. I watched it, I'm like, wait a minute. Does this guy realize that we're like laughing at him? like, does he realize that he's a joke? And then by the end, you realize that, yes, this entire thing is a joke. It is very silly. I didn't realize this was a P Nation song until I saw the credits at the end, and I saw Psy was credited a composer on the song. I mean, like, this is a very silly song. Yes, it's got a catchy piano hook, but he's a dude wearing a top hat. He's doing like very silly, hokey dance moves, and he's talking about how he's a genius, as all good rap songs are. It's talking about why you're the best, and he's just the best at these like elementary school comparisons. So it reminds me a lot of G-Dragon.
Hey, I'm a genius, I'm a genius. I'm a genius, I'm a genius. I'm a genius, I'm a genius. Oh, are you so freaking serious? I'm a genius, I'm a genius. I'm a genius, I'm a genius. I'm a genius, I'm a genius. Oh, yeah, freaking genius.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be honest, I actually didn't listen to any of his stuff until you mentioned it. I was like, oh, I'm thoroughly surprised. I like this.
Yeah, I'd known he was a Show Me the Money contestant, but that was really all I knew about him other than after listening to this song, and I'm excited to listen to more. But Stephanie, what is your hit replay for this week?
So for me, I looked back at the past episodes and realized that I'm on a streak of picking like either hard hip hop bangers or like sultry R&B, and like that's how people know me. And I just want to shake things up a little bit by picking an Aegyo song that has actually been on repeat for me in my playlist. It's Oh My Girl, Dun Dun Dance.
Oh.
I just, people who know me know that it takes a lot for an Aegyo song to make it on into my library, let alone my hit replay. But this one, just on first listen, melted my cold heart. It's sweet. It has a simple, cohesive melody and composition. The vocals are strong. The choreo is like pretty challenging, it looks like. A lot of jumping and kicking. And it's just a great summer tune. So yeah, trying to keep y'all on your toes.
You mentioned this, and I first wondered, like, is this Stephanie? Did I get like a body double?
Right?
But it must be really that good.
I'm a complex person.
Stephanie, I want to ask you, is this song of the summer?
Oh, jury's still out on that.
Okay.
Probably not. But
Oh, we'll see.
All right.
I'm so happy you picked this because this was also going to be my hit replay, but we actually switched a little this week because my hit replay this week is the hard hitting hip hop pick, because my hit replay is Full Dash from the Kingdom unit It's One, composed of Bobby from Icon, Hui-young from SF9, and Sunwoo from The Boys. Yeah, so if you guys have been keeping up with Kingdom, you know that this is part of their rap unit battle. So 3 teams formed one rap unit to battle it out, and unfortunately,
yeah, that's the right reaction.
Yeah, it's just a song that just makes you just want to just that's the only way. Yes, that exact face. Unfortunately, this is pot. I can't quite describe it, but once you listen to it, you just want to just. Well, first of all, the meaning of Full Dash is basically just talking about all the BS that you get from your haters and all these people that try to, claim to be the king, but this It's One unit is telling, we're the actual kings here.
Very familiar message, but done in a super fun way. That was my favorite performance on the last episode of Kingdom. Well done.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately, not the winning performance. Oh, spoiler!
Robbed.
Spoiler, Michaela.
Spoilers!
I did it again. I'm sorry.
It's okay. That performance was really good, though. I liked how they had fun on that stage.
Yeah. And that's just the great thing about Bobby on this show is just he's just here to have fun. And that's really, when you're having fun, you're really able to let your creativity out. And all of the raps in this song are just so creative and so in depth. Like, shout outs to the YouTube channel Andy and Jess on YouTube. They did this really great. They did 2 videos kind of breaking down all the meaning in the Korean lyrics of what they were actually talking about. So go check that out if you really want to get in depth into what they're really saying in this song.
Bookmarking that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a link to that in the episode description of this episode. All right, well, we weren't alone in our own hit replays. So listener Louis Jong tweeted Easy by WJSN, The Black. I had not really taken notice of the group until Unnatural. Then they unleashed the subunit, and now it's all over for me. The groove is so good. And these 4 really own this sexy, cool concept. XC killed her rap first.
All right, and then we heard from K-pop Took Over My Life, aka MHeliGM, who blessed all of our timelines with a gif of Taemin's rolling abs from Advice.
That crop
with
top
the
though.
simple,
Ooh.
yes, the crop top. We all know it. With the caption, "The prince himself, he always delivers."
Mm-hmm.
He sure does.
Final delivery before military.
Mm,
It's okay. This GIF will get us through the next 18 months.
that's true.
But each hit replay episode, there can only be one song that we primarily choose to spotlight. And as you recall, we were always asking for you to send in your hit replays on a voice memo or to send it into the show. And this time, we got it from the artists themselves. So it comes from Eisen and his song Shade.
I'm Eisen, an electronica musician from Korea. My new single, Shade, is a song by electronica future, beat in genre, and I collaborated with rapper Kalapi. I like Kalapi's soft voice, so decided to work on Shade together. It's the first song where we collaborated. I made the beat first, and then Kalapi wrote rap for the song. In my case, when I make a song, I decide on a theme in advance. So this time, I made an electronica beat, which is close to hip-hop, and I tried to make it dark and deep mood for Kalapi's soft voice. I picked the title Shade, and Kalapi wrote rap about it. The interesting thing is that I usually write songs about love. However, with the theme of Shade, Kalapi wrote a rap about his autobiographical life. He wrote a story about the song which expresses the retrospectives of his life along with the desire to move on to a brighter life, and was completed by adding a serene rap on a dark and lyrical beat.
랩을 쓰시게 됐습니다. 그래서 이제 재밌는 점은 저는 보통 곡을 쓸 때 사랑과 관련된 주제로 곡을 많이 쓰는데 쉐이드라는 그런 테마가 나오면서 클라피 씨가 이제 곡을 직접 쓰시면서는 랩을 쓰시면서는 좀 자신의 자연적인 삶에 대한 얘기, 이제 음악 활동을 하시면서 겪었던 어떤 그늘진 부분, 좀 어두운 부분에 대한 이야기를 쓰고, 그리고 이제 최종적인 말미에는 희망찬 미래를 향해서 나아가고자 하는 그런 마음을 담아서 곡을 완성을 하게 됐습니다.
I used a variety of effects such as delay, filter, and lo-fi to match the lyrics. Especially through the filter effect in verse 2, I tried to affect as if it were coming out of a water or the dark, and personally, I'm quite satisfied. Please enjoy the song. I'll come back with a good song next time.
이제 나오는 듯한 그런 효과를 내려고 노력을 했는데 개인적으로는 상당히 만족하고 있습니다. 네, 그러면 즐겁게 들어주시고요. 저는 또 다음에 좋은 곡으로 찾아뵙겠습니다.
Well, this was a good song. This time, I like it. I always love hearing, the meaning, the message, and the vibe straight from the artist, because certainly, I can draw my own conclusions when I'm listening to it on a first listen. But now that I get this context behind the meaning of the song, it's like, oh yeah, it's right there, and I'm totally getting that vibe, especially this emergence. And I agree. My favorite part was absolutely the filter on the second verse, and the way it just kind of kind of reverberates out. So
I agree, Peter. And I think really the only thing I can add to it is I love the whole vibe of it, which is really a very simple way to put it. But if you haven't heard of Eisen or Eisen, his was originally featured on this YouTube channel that I follow called Mellow Beat Seeker.
Yeah.
Mellow Beat Seeker.
Yeah, which I think kind of really describes most of the vibe of his music. And he's a not an independent artist, but he is from a label that called Connected or Connect, which features a lot of hidden gems in the Asian music scene. So definitely check out the rest of his music because he's really great.
Lo-fi is, I think, definitely a mellow lo-fi. It's just what I'm getting out of a lot of his other music and sound. So it made me give the song a look.
Yeah.
Okay, so time for K-pop news headlines. We'd be remiss if we didn't mention that a 7-member boy group from Bangtan came out with a song today. And maybe it's song of the summer. We're talking about BTS Butter.
Butter.
So yeah, that blew up. I mean, did you guys catch it?
I liked your tweet, Peter, where you were like, and all of a sudden pancakes and butter like flew off the shelves, sold out everywhere.
Well, we're hearing about shortages and everything in COVID and post-COVID right now. So it's like the next thing to go on shortage is butter and pancakes for sure.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past BTS to make that happen.
I know.
True. Very true.
Okay, so Jimin's hair, am I right?
Yes.
Just fabulous.
See, for me, it's J-Hope. Because, like, J-Hope is just, the blonde,
So I know
the boys are looking good. This is one of my favorite looks.
So I know one of my friends is in here right now, and they're watching this, and they can attest to this because I didn't watch it right when it premiered. I was doing something else, and I was like, okay, I'm about to watch this. I could not get through that music video like in one go. And it took me 15 minutes, and it's just keyboard smashing on my phone the entire time. Be like, I can't do this. This is too much. This is way too much, just because it is a lot to take in. And I was just like, I'm so overwhelmed. I need to put down my phone and then come back to it. Put down my phone, come back to it. Because I was just like, they're back. And so I was excited, but at the same time, I was just like, oh my God, they're here.
Trying real hard for Song of the Summer. Definitely another disco upbeat vibe feel that Bruno Mars could also do. Sorry. Okay, moving along before I get canceled again.
No, you're right. You're right.
So I thought this was really interesting. BuzzFeed reported that some fans were confused by this teen magazine interview with RM, but they were right to be confused by the interview because it turns out it never actually happened.
Oh.
I mean, like, what were they thinking? Like, what was the...
Wow.
Like,
Total Girl magazine.
Editor,
let's put them on
thinking.
blast. Total Girl magazine. Throw them in the trash. How could they? Huh.
I mean, it's becoming increasingly popular, right? Like, Michaela, a while back, we were talking about how, like, all the low-tier mags are just trying to put the words, like, BTS on them because that sells copy. You know, it sells issues. Really big deal for print. So I guess they thought they could get away with it because they're like, yeah, I heard BTS is a big thing. We could just probably put some generic answers up and...
Big yikes.
Go along with it.
Yeah. I mean, when I first saw them, I was like, oh, I got to buy that just because it was so cool to see BTS on the cover of a magazine. And then opening the magazine and then just the quality of everything, especially when they tried to like bring in other artists into the magazine. Like I remember they did this whole profile on GOT7 using a picture of VIX.
What?
What?
So they have a track record of this.
With this particular magazine?
I like this comment that the screen is highlighting right now. She said it was like an AI had machine learned RM's interview answers and spat this out, which is the perfect description.
Oh,
yeah. Large language model, deep fake.
Yeah, Peter, where's the AI angle in this?
I can just say that's probably not a good use of a large language model resources or training.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's something we've been talking about a lot at work for very different reasons. That like if you were just to use general language training, it give you like, you know, stupid colloquial sayings that don't have much substance. And a lot of civil rights groups have been saying it's been trained on racist language and stuff. But sorry, that's outside of what we're here to talk about right now.
It's all connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just boggled at the point or at the fact that to go out of your way to create something like this, I'm just like, really?
I mean, this makes me wonder, like, how many others have slipped under the radar that are fake? That
so many
have not been caught. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure with there's so many content farm websites and magazines. Dark side. All right, what's next?
Okay, so up next, G-Friend.
When one group comes out, another comes out and leaves. I guess
the circle of K-pop.
It comes in threes, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Oh gosh.
Just
No.
I
Don't
know
say that.
I know it's scary, but at the same time, it's just like this came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
So
what?
Yeah, they
So-
just got here.
so-
Dang.
backtracking, we're talking about the headline is Source Music apologizes for G-Friend's sudden disbandment and shares plans for their social media accounts, refunds, basically how they close this chapter suddenly.
Yeah.
What's the reason? Do we know?
Because
They're
it's
keeping
done.
it hush hush.
I don't know. Like, I just felt like I remember seeing the notification pop up and then people texting me like, look at this. And I was just like, but they're in their prime. They're doing so well. Why?
It said all of the members decided not to renew their contracts.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well, maybe they didn't have good contracts, but yeah,
that could be it. And you know what? This is when Big Hit was like in the works of acquiring Source Music. I originally thought, oh, it's because they want G-Friend, like they need a girl group.
Right.
But really, they just want a company that can manage a girl group. So
Mm.
I feel like that's really what it is, and they're
so
just
maybe they
gonna-
had no intention of really investing in G-Friend.
Yeah, not really.
Mhm.
Wait, so tell me more what you think, what you mean by that, Michaela. Like, are you implying that so that they can do another girl group?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my interpretation, because Big Hit when it was acquiring Pledis, it was like, okay, they're really just getting New East, they're just getting 17 and building off of their success. But with Source Music, that was an acquisition that was something that they didn't have, and it was something that they could use as a resource to build this part of their company that they didn't have, which was the girl group market.
Yeah. And we know the next season of Island is going to be a girl group, right?
Exactly. So now not only do they have the vehicle in which to present this girl group to the world, now they also have they've acquired a company that can sustain them, or at least manage them. Because they're at least Big Hit back then, at the time, their history with girl groups was not the best.
Yikes. That was a big mess.
Right.
And I'll play naive. So why was that? What was Big Hit's original girl group? What happened there?
Okay. I don't know. Jay, do you want to cover this one?
Okay, so I don't know the full extent to it, but Big Hit, I mean, for a while, if people don't remember, Big Hit also had Miss A and 2AM under the label for a bit.
Yeah.
But Big Hit also produced a girl group before. Was it before BTS? Or like, I believe it was before.
Yeah, because they were BTS were their backup dancers at one
That's
point.
right. That's right.
Mhm.
And so it was a 4-member girl group called four, named Glam.
Mhm.
And I don't remember the song, but they did have a very catchy song, and they
I remember
performed it one
Glam.
year with AI similar to Hatsune Miku.
Right. It was like
And
the
I
Craven equivalent.
We're putting AI in air quotes, right? I mean, not.
Oh yes,
not
I
real.
remember Party. I remember Party XXO, the glam.
Yeah,
Very
I don't
catchy.
remember that exactly, but a member of the group got caught up in a scandal, and
Yeah.
because of it, it basically dissolved the entire group, and we never really saw Big Hit have a girl group after that. And it's kind of like, we're not gonna mess with that anymore. That was a lot.
Yeah, so specifically member Dahi and a model named Lee Ji-yeon were blackmailing actor Lee Byung-hyun. And it is that Lee Byung-hyun, one of the most famous actors in Korea. They blackmailing him by using a compromising video as leverage, and that's kind of how the situation didn't end well for them, and the group ended up disbanding after that issue.
Wow.
Yeah,
And Source Music will do better.
I
Guess that's what Bang PD is hoping.
know, and I hope for the sake of whatever female trainees are at Source Music or Hybe or whatever, just for their sake, I hope they have a better go at their careers.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm.
Just
Well, if you're a
sad.
buddy, let us know what you think of this news and how you're coping.
Oh, 7-year curse.
Yeah.
Howard mentioned the 7-year curse for.
Oh, in our chat,
G-Friend.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next
Okay.
news item.
We're moving on to another not so great
Scandal.
Yeah, so Il-hoon of B2B, the headline reads that the prosecution requests 4-year prison sentence and a fine for former B2B member Il-hoon on his marijuana charges.
Yeah, you don't mess around with pot in Korea.
No, you
Nope.
don't.
It's a bad idea.
Mm-mm.
Just don't do it.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's awful that this is happening to him, but then also B2B, the group is on Kingdom right now,
Yeah.
trying to, get their image back into the public in a positive way. But then there's this whole case just looming in behind them because, Il-hoon was a pretty important part of B2B. Like he'd been a radio DJ for years and active on a lot of variety shows. So he is one of those like faces of the group for most of the Korean public. So I can only imagine how difficult it is for the other members right now while this is going on.
Yeah. For the record, I don't smoke marijuana or anything, but I'm wondering, is 1.8 pounds for $116,000 a good street price? Like,
No.
No,
No.
not at all.
Not at all.
so even like he lost on both accounts, really.
Yeah.
And it said, purchased and smoked that much over 161 instances over the span of 4 years, basically.
Yeah. And I think there was also other writings that he paid in crypto too. So he really lost because he sold all of his like cryptocurrency, which now is like,
That's
Well, actually,
the real tragedy.
Bitcoin is crashing right now for everyone.
well, yeah, well
but
now.
he could have,
Yeah,
sold it
like-
when it was up. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, yeah, when it was like one Bitcoin was worth $60,000.
Ugh. Oh gosh.
Wow.
Yeah. What a waste.
Mm.
Not
Yep.
worth it.
That's a shame.
Okay. And the most important news
Yeah.
headline
Bring us-
that we're here to
Bring us some
discuss.
happy news, Peter. We need happy news.
Bring us up. Pull up.
So I've been waiting for ever since we heard the song Jelly by Jeon Soyeon. I've been waiting for more comebacks just like that song. So the big news story that we're all waiting for.
Yes.
And I speak for everyone, I'm sure, in the entire world, in the entire K-pop community, is Jeon Soyeon's solo comeback. And I'm just looking to hear this. And Cube said it is true that Jeon Soyeon is preparing to make a solo comeback, but the schedule is still being worked out. So even if it's bad, I'm sure it's good.
That unconditional love.
Yeah, and Soyeon has had a lot of like features on songs, and she does have a few solo songs that she's put out. But we talk about her kind of being the Hyuna of G-Idol, so it's really interesting, seeing her make this move now, and notice where G-Idol is in their career, and the fact that Cube is coming out with a new girl group. So I feel like this is a really important move for her as far as establishing herself as a solo artist.
She should have been nothing on G-Idol, Yoja Idol, but I mean, I was a fan of her when she did all her solo activities. And, the way we've seen her feature on SM Entertainment songs. And, she could go solo doing her own thing, produce her own music, be a reality show contestant. I think the future is bright for this upcoming
I think all of that
album,
is in her future, no doubt.
yeah.
I mean, she just has a great voice. I like listening to her.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I just
unique.
there's something about it when she comes on. And okay, not gonna lie, the one song that I repeat most with her, and it's her other persona, is the KDA most recent KDA song. But I love hearing her rap. Like that particular in that song, and her rap there, I'm like, whoa, whoa, I'm here for this. Give me more.
Yeah, there's something like confident and playful about her rapping style. Just the way she's able to deliver that. And also her ad-libs. Like whenever she's complimenting another player on the song, the way she's able to add ad-libs and just take the song to another level by doing that. So, I think we lost Peatingham. I don't know if Peatingham's still with us.
Yeah, the Soyeon Love Fest was going on too long.
Okay, sorry.
starting to drop.
Okay, yeah.
Back to the outline.
That concludes our hit replay for the third week of May. Let our listeners know where they can find you each on Twitter. So, Jay, you're up first.
Guys, so thank you again for having me on this episode. It was so much fun to be here. Would love to join on another future episode whenever you have me. You can find me on social media. On Twitter, it's at simplyjofficial, but the J is just the singular J. On Instagram, it's also simplyjofficial, but you spell it out the J, so Jay. And you can find me on Twitch where I do unboxings, first listens, play games at twitch.tv/bossladijx. And again, thank you for having me.
What games are you playing now?
Currently, I am... Gosh, if my community is going to be in here right now, they're going to clown me for this. Because they're like, you're not gaming right now. I am playing a lot of God of War because I need to finish it. I'm currently in the works of building my PC so I can play other games.
Legit.
So that's being in the works.
Graphics card now.
I know, it's so hard. It's so hard right now. That's the only thing that's really like, when are you gonna get it? So it's like, it's happening somehow. God of War. What else am I playing? Playing a lot of things on my Switch right now. Animal Crossing, Pokemon. I want to get Pokemon Snap. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I play a lot of story-based games for the most part. And then once I get my PC, I know for sure the community that's listening out there, they're going to be like, so scary streams when?
Oh no.
Because they want to see me squirm and scream and freak out. I'm doing it for the community because you asked, but...
Well, make them pay up.
Oh gosh.
I know, it's just if you want to scare me... There's gonna be some incentives. It's not gonna be like free for. It's not gonna be a free for all here.
That's right.
But yes.
Well, the real reason why those scary games work so well is because I'm too scared to play those games by myself, so I need to let someone else drive.
Exactly.
See, that's how I am too. It's just like I can watch others play. For me, no.
Yeah, because right now I'm watching the Resident Evil Let's Plays, and I'm like, thank God for Let's Plays, because I would never be able to get through this game by myself.
I watched, Jacksepticeye play it, and I was just like, I'm glad I'm watching him play it, because I could never right now.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jay. Michaela, where can people find you online?
You can find me at Michaela J. Kpop on Twitter.
You can find me at sparker2.
I'm at DJ Peter Lowe.
And you can tweet all of us at the Kpopcast.
Lastly, if you want to get to know us better, come make some new friends in the Kpopcast Slack. You can find the link in the description of this episode.
Yeah, so even Sharon can join us in the Kpopcast Slack, who I hear from Eric is apparently the smartest woman in the world or the best post-COVID vaccine nurse around. So you can join other superstars like Sharon in Slack.